Yo, yo, black man power, black woman power, black child power is King Leon X, the human liberator, UBVOA. This is episode 57, of my midday self-mastery, self-motivation series entitled Take Charge of Your Life, where we make the choice to take charge of our lives, to take charge of our minds, to take charge of our days, to take charge of our mental attitudes, because we have the power. It's either we live our goals or someone else's goals. It's either we take possession of our mind and direct it to the ends that we choose or not. It's either we become our greatest version, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, develop ourselves to the highest state so we can become the greatest asset to the collective, or not. It's either we turn inward and do the work or we don't. All right, this is what Take Charge of Your Life is all about. And it also allows me to document my own journey and my own transition. Because all I talk about in these series are strategies, tactics, processes that I learned years ago. I began to implement and began to see immediate, measurable increase in the quality of my life. All right, I got a special guest right here, my mom. I'm in a whip with my mom. We just came from one of my uncle's funerals, and so it's noon, so I'm getting right to it. So this week we're talking about going the extra mile. We've been talking about going the extra mile all week. The habit of giving more service and better service than expected to give, and doing it all with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. The habit of rendering more service and better service than expected to render, and doing it all with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. All right, we've been also talking about the QQMA formula. The quality of service plus the quantity of service you deliver plus the mental attitude in which you deliver the service is going to determine the space you occupy in your determined calling and the compensation you get for the services that you render. All right, we don't get out of life what we want. We get out of life who we are, what we become. All right, and so listen, we've been talking about going the extra mile. All right, and in doing that, there's some strategies and some benefits of going the extra mile. All right, and this is gonna be the last day of us covering going the extra mile. So I'm about to rip through these because it's 15 points. I'm gonna rip through one through 12 because this is what we covered prior. But this might be your first episode of hearing these benefits of going the extra mile, and it's a Friday recap. And then I'm gonna go slow on point 13, 14, and 15, and then give y'all some action steps that you can start this week or this weekend or plan to do next week and going the extra mile in your chosen desired field. Now, so right now I'm about to go over the benefits of going the extra mile. And again, this is episode 57 of Take Charge of Your Life. All right, and if I say something that resonates with you in this episode, you go ahead and type "make the choice." Okay, you type "make the choice" because it's only one choice. It's only one major decision to be made in life. Okay, the church is going to tell you the major decision to be made in life is to either give your life, confess with your mouth, believe in your heart Jesus died on the cross for your sins and be saved, or not. But I'm here to tell you that there's only one choice to be made in life, and it's the same choice that Jesus was telling you to make, which is to take possession of your mind, direct it to the ends you choose, discover your own personal power, realize that there's no savior coming for you. If you want to be saved, you got to save yourself. So the only choice to be made is to take possession of your mind, direct it to the ends that you choose, or not. Discover your personal power, discover your divinity, and own your divinity or not. That is the choice. All right. So these benefits of going the extra mile, right? And again, if I say something that resonates with you, you type "make the choice," because we don't have to do this. We don't have to take charge of our lives. We choose to. We could use a psychological crutch. We could use a psychological crutch that allows us to think that we could just have faith without works. And that's going to get us something. But I know a lot of religious people, and they have real strong faith and belief systems, but that don't save them from ill health. That didn't save them from diabetes. That didn't save them from high blood pressure. That don't save them from AIDS. That don't save them from frustration. That's not saving them from their discouragement. That's not saving them from superstition. That's not saving them from ignorance. It's not saving them from poverty. So being saved from what? What you being saved from? What's the benefit? Tell me the benefit. Because I don't see sound health in the church. I don't see peace of mind. I don't see freedom from fear. I don't see freedom from worry. I don't see people being engaged in the labor of love. I don't see hope for future achievement. I don't see people willing to share their blessings with others. I don't see material riches of their own choice and quantity. I don't see that. I don't see complete self-discipline. In fact, I see someone who tells you that you don't have to have self-discipline anymore. All you have to do is believe. Well, I'm here to tell you that's a lie. I'm here to tell you that if you want the good life, if you want some of the benefits of heaven, if you want to understand that heaven is in the mind and in the heart and in the soul, then you got to do something. There's some strategies that you got to implement. It's not just going to come to you just because you think it's going to come to you. It's not. It's called action. It's called strategy. It's called implementation. It's called execution. All right? This is what we're talking about. This is what we focus on and take charge of your life. All right? And what we're talking about is going the extra mile this week. So I'm about to recap what I covered earlier this week. And if I say something that resonates with you, make sure you type "make the choice." All right. Now, these are the 15 benefits of going the extra mile. The first benefit of going the extra mile, again, going the extra mile is the habit of giving more service and better service than you're expected to give, and doing it with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. The habit, we know that the difference between those who succeed and those who fail lies in the difference of their habits. Good habits are the key to all success. Bad habits are the unlocked door to failure. Failure is a few destructive habits repeated daily. A few simple errors in judgment. Failure is a few errors in judgment repeated daily. Repeating them daily becomes a habit. So habitually of making a few errors in judgment. Success is the implementation of a few constructive habits. That's it. I'm here to help you examine yourself and your life in the direction that it's going. Because if you keep on doing what you're doing, you're going to keep on getting what you're getting. I don't have all the answers, but I know that I'm my only answer. I'm my only problem and my only solution. I'm not searching outside for any of that. I'm not searching outside for anything. Everything outside is just a reflection of what's on inside. All right? I just had to get that off my chest real quick because I was just at this funeral and it hurt me. It hurt me being in there and listening to the common belief system of the people. No wonder it's led to this colossal state of laziness and self-destruction and self-degradation. We talk about going the extra mile. The first benefit of going the extra mile is that's going to bring you to the favorable attention of those who can and will provide you an opportunity to promote yourself into a better circumstance. Okay, that's the first benefit. It's going to bring you to the favorable attention of those who can and will provide you opportunity to promote yourself into a better circumstance. The second benefit of going the extra mile is going to place on the back of you the law of increasing return, which says the service you render will bring back greater than average compensation, right? I'm not going to explain these things. I already explained them earlier this week. You could check episode 53 through 56 to hear the explanations of the benefits of going the extra mile and the first 1 through 12. Right now, I'm just covering them as recaps before I get all the way into today's message. The third benefit of going the extra mile is going to make you irreplaceable. It's going to make you indispensable in your chosen calling or your profession. Right? And it's going to put you in a position to write your own ticket. This is what we're concerned with, writing our own ticket in life. If someone who's not writing their own ticket, they should write their own ticket, but they don't write their own ticket, Like I said in my live video yesterday, we're all mimicking somebody. We just got to make sure that the people that we're mimicking actually know what they're doing. Don't get sold on the wrong plan, because you're going to end up with a midlife crisis. You're going to be poor, confused, and lonely. That's what a midlife crisis is. Someone who realized they finally realized that they've been living someone else's life, someone else's goal, someone else's dream. And they've been living all these years and they don't got nothing to show for it. The fourth benefit of going the extra mile is each time that you render service, each time that you do give service, you do a better job, because you're doing it with the intent of delivering that high quality, high quantity of service with the positive attitude and a pleasing personality. The fifth benefit of going the extra mile is that you won't get laid off. Most people, when they go to work, they only do what is expected of them, or what's required of them, barely. They do just enough not to get fired, and the company pays them just enough so they don't quit. The sixth benefit of going the extra mile is that you'll benefit by the law of contracts, because most people won't even be going the first mile, let alone the second. So people who go the extra mile are easy to spot out. The seventh benefit of going the extra mile is going to improve your personality and make it's going to improve your personality and make you liked by others. All right, people like people who go out of their way to provide the highest quality of service that they're able to. People like that. People like people who habitually they could count on. And if we're not one of those people, then that should be one of our goals, and our desires is to become one of those types of people. See, what I decided was, when I realized that when I was deaf, dumb, and blind, poor, confused, and lonely, I decided the type of person that I intend to become. And what are the experiences and the relationships and the philosophies and principles that type of person has. And so I began with the end in mind. So I'm not 100% everywhere that I need to be, but I have a direct, clear purpose and direction of where I intend to be. And I got strategies, tactics, and processes, and where I can measurably hold myself accountable. And I can make improvements when necessary. The eighth benefit of going the extra mile is going to help you develop a key, alert imagination, and always seeking new ways and better ways to render service. We know that the successful people in the world, they operate on their imagination. Unsuccessful people in the world, they operate on their memory. They operate, everything that they determine on their life and their future is going to be based upon the things that they've already did, the things that they've already seen someone else do, things that they've already done or seen someone else done. Right? Well, the most successful people in the world, the game changers, the pioneers, they operate from imagination. They understand that that's why they say faith without works is dead, or what's that one scripture is like it's like I can't see it. It's like walk by faith, not by sight. Right? That's why they say that. Because you can close your eyes and see. You got two eyes. You got one eye to see and two to look. You got one eye to see and two to look. Because all you're looking at with these two eyes, you're picking up sensory factors of reflections of yourself. It's all mind, matter, spirit manipulation. These two eyes is here for you got two ears to hear and one to listen. Or you got two ears to listen and one to hear, I meant to say. You got two eyes to look and one to see. You got two ears to listen and one to hear. That's why they say, let all who have ears hear the word. Hear the word. Let all who have ears. Mostly everybody born with ears, so they must not have been talking about that. There's the people who in tune with them, who got the spirit, who can hear with their ears covered. Who could hear through feeling. Anyway, the ninth benefit of going the extra mile is going to inspire you to move on your own personal initiative. Last week we covered personal initiative, the qualities of a person with personal initiative. It's what's going to set you above average. It's going to inspire you to move on your own personal initiative instead of waiting to be told what to do. All right? Certain belief systems debilitate, they undermine personal initiative. Because they tell you to wait. They tell you to wait and to be told what to do and to be directed instead of act on your own personal initiative. There's two types of men who can't amount to much: those who can't do what they're told, and those who can only do who can't do much else. The 10th benefit of going the extra mile is going to develop greater self-reliance. And this is what we need in these types of times. Right? Self-reliance. We got to be able to depend on, you got to know that you got the power to get through hard times. You got to know that you got the power, you got the information. Because whatever belief system that you have, that's why Jiddu Krishnamurti says that all beliefs, all philosophy, all ideology, all everything, even what I'm saying right now, are just merely escapes of what actually is. And so can you begin to examine and determine what actually truly is? What is it? What is it that you are? Not what someone says, but what is it? What actually does exist? The 11th point, or benefit of going to alright, cool, I'm back. That connection, was poor. It paused me for like 4 minutes. Anyway, when we study where I stopped was mastering the habit of procrastination. That's the most destructive habit that there is, that all self-made people had to overcome. There's no one who did anything of significant influence who did not have to overcome the destructive habit of procrastination. Alright, cool. We in the boonies of Georgia right now. We back again. 12th benefit of going the extra mile is influence others to respect your integrity and inspires them to go out of their way to cooperate with you in a friendly spirit, in a friendly manner. All right, all of those points we've covered this week. All right, like I told y'all, on Mondays I give y'all 30 minutes. On Fridays I give y'all 30 minutes. All right, so this next half of Take Charge of Your Life, Friday is like a Friday finale. We're going to talk about the next point of going the extra mile is it helps develop definiteness of purpose. Definiteness of purpose, okay? We understand that that definiteness of purpose heads the list of principles of personal achievement. Like, you have to have a definite major purpose. You have to have a clear chief life aim. Without that, then it's going to be hard for you to make decisions. It's going to be hard for you to determine how close you are or how far you are from the type of person that you want to be, or the type of influence and mark that you want to make on the planet. The 13th benefit of going the extra mile is going to help you develop definiteness of purpose and stop drifting through life without knowing who you are, what you want, or where you're going. No, that's the same one. It's the same point, 13. It's all connected. Helps develop definiteness of purpose and helps you stop drifting through life without knowing what you want, who you are, and where you're going. All right? We don't want to be a wandering generality. We want to be a meaningful specific. There's strategies, there's processes, there's tactics that you can implement. There's thousands of people. There's millions of people. There's millions of people who have went from a wandering generality to a meaningful specific by including myself, by simply implementing principles of personal achievement in their own life and going the extra mile. The point 14, the 14th benefit of going the extra mile is the one and only excuse to ask for more wages or a better position. The only excuse to ask for more wages or a better position is through going the extra mile, because going the extra mile is doing more than what you're paid for. And so if you're not already doing more than what you're paid for, how do you have the nerve to ask to be paid more? So the habit of giving more service and better service and delivering that type of service with a positive attitude and a pleasing personality is the one and only excuse to ask for more wages or a better position. The 15th point, and this is the last point before we get into the action steps. That's the action steps to go the extra mile. The 15th point, going the extra mile conditions the mind to maintain a mastermind alliance with others. Because we know that one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. We know that service to many leads to greatness. We know that two or more minds working in perfect harmony for the attainment of a definite purpose, nothing is impossible. So going the extra mile influences us. It conditions our mind to maintain a mastermind alliance, to maintain harmony in our relationships. All right, so those are 15 benefits of going the extra mile. And then what we're about to talk about right now to end this video is action steps to go the extra mile. All right, this is what you can do. This is what you can do today. Like you said, like I always say, I'm all about providing strategies, tactics, processes, things that you can implement right now, that you could begin today, this week, next week, whenever you decide to make the choice, whenever you decide to make the decision, things that you could do right now to increase the quality of your life. I know it's been a lot of cuts and breaks in this video, but I'm in the car. But this is the real. This is why you came to listen. All right? Action steps to go the extra mile. Number 1, render a useful service to someone unexpected, not expecting or asking for compensation. Right now I'm teaching you how to go the extra mile. Render a useful service to someone unexpected, not expecting or asking for compensation. That's how you go the extra mile. Develop the habit of giving more service and better service than you're expecting to give, and doing it all with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. First thing that you can do, an action step to go the extra mile, is give a useful service to someone who's not expecting you to deliver that service to them, and don't ask for compensation. All right. The second thing is that you want to render that service. You want to give that service in a pleasing mental attitude, in a pleasing personality. We talked about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago how to develop a pleasing personality. We talked about negative personality traits. We talked about positive character traits, and all of these things are within our control. So the first thing is to render a useful service to someone who's not expecting you to render that service, and not ask or expect compensation. The second thing that you could do is render that service with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. The third step is to follow that practice for 7 days. Follow that practice for 7 days, 7 consecutive days. Follow that practice for a week. 7 days. Every day for 7 days. Go out of your way to give someone a service that they're not expecting you to give. All right? Do that with a positive attitude and a pleasing personality. Not accepting, any type of compensation back. Right? Do it for 7 days in a row. And don't let anyone know that you're doing it. Once you do this, your life's transformed. You've changed from the inner. You began to plant new seeds that your mind can never go back to being the same. Once the benefits of going the extra mile will shock you. In fact, this is what I'm gonna do too. What I'm gonna do, because I haven't done this exercise in a while. But it seems like every day I go out of my way to render a useful service to someone who's not expecting it, and I don't ask compensation. Because every single day I hit up a stranger or someone who's not expecting me to hit them up, and I provide tools, strategies, words of encouragement, which is all a service, because people pay people to hear the information that I have to say. It's actually a whole industry. My skill set is actually extremely profitable. But I haven't been consciously rendering service to someone unexpected and not asking for compensation. I just do that habitually because I develop a habit of going the extra mile. And I do it, always do it in a positive mental attitude. But I'm going to consciously go out of my way to render a different type of service. Because doing something that I already know how to do and I love how to do, it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't feel like work. It's just what I do. I don't know if that's really going the extra mile, if it's just something that I do. So what I'm going to do is figure out a service that I can render that I don't traditionally do. Go out of my way and do this with a pleasing personality for 7 days. And we'll see how that turns out. All right, so we'll talk about that next Friday. Right? Other than that, that concludes all our information on the principle of achievement entitled Going the Extra Mile. Right? So remember, going the extra mile is the magic rule. Going the extra mile is the magic principle of personal achievement and self-advancement. The habit of rendering more service and better service than you're expected to render, doing it all with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. Right? The QQMA formula. The quality of service plus the quantity of service plus the mental attitude in which that service is rendered is going to determine the space you occupy and your determined calling and the compensation that you receive for the service that you render. If you want to take charge of your life, if you want to take charge of your day, your mental attitude, take charge of your finances, take charge of your future, then you got to make the choice. You got to understand that you got the power. You got to take advantage of the free enterprise system. You got to take advantage of the 24 hours in your day. All right? You got to do that. You got to do that. You got the power. The power is ours. There's no savior coming for you. If you want to be saved, you got to save yourself. Because again, just think about it. Just think about it. I ain't taking shots at nobody's belief. I just want you to think about the people who believe that a savior is coming for them and see if these people are saved from poverty. Are they saved from frustration? Are they saved from confusion? Are they saved from worry? Are they saved from ill health? Are they saved from diabetes? Are they saved from high blood pressure? Are they saved from obesity? Are they saved from rebellious kids? Are they saved from disharmony in their relationships? Are they saved from having to earn wages to scrape up just enough to pay the bills? Are they saved from superstition? Are they saved from jealousy? Are they saved from illusion? Are they saved from all of the ills of the world? You answer that question yourself. Because when I began to ask myself that question, I realized that, maybe I need to pick up a different strategy if I want to have what others aren't going to have. And I don't want what they have. I don't want it. I don't want it. If that's the life and the life more abundantly that y'all talking about, I don't want it. If that's what it is, if that's the benefit, I don't want it. You see, you only got one choice in life, family. It's to take charge, direct your mind to the ends that you choose or not. Ignorance is not an excuse. Ignorance does not, just because you don't know, doesn't mean that it's okay. It's not okay to not know. You have to know to look both ways before you cross the street. If a child crosses the street without looking both ways and gets hit by a car, we're going to say, oh, poor kid. Oh, he didn't know. Better luck next time. No, he's dead. He's gone. He ain't here no more. His limbs, he broke. We live in a world of cause and effect, cause and result. You have to know. You have to know not to walk out the third story balcony. You have to know that. You have to know not to drink bleach. If someone drinks bleach, then they gonna get that result. Ignorance is not an excuse. So if someone drinks bleach, they gonna get a destructive result, right? And we live in a world of cause and results. So just look at your results, see if they're destructive or constructive, and then you're gonna determine if you're on the right plan or not. How fulfilled do you feel with yourself? How comfortable are you with yourself in your own skin, in your own mind? You see, this is what we concerned with. All right, my 30 minutes is up, family. It's King Leon next, the human liberator, right? With my mind dukes. We on our way to put somebody in the ground. We just left a funeral. Police escort. Right? But the person that passed, he the one who told me to keep the fight alive. Organize your thoughts and your belief system. And I'm going to tell you, you right on spot. You right on point. I ain't going to tell you all the things that he told me because it's not for y'all. It's for me. But this man who just passed, he understood the benefits and the advantages of taking charge of our lives. He understood the importance of breath and love, unconditional love, sharing that love. He understood the importance of family and laughs and cheer. And being willing to share your blessings with other people. You see? He wasn't disillusioned. He wasn't a wandering generality. He was a meaningful specific. And guess what? When he passed, not only did he have life insurance for his family, but he got inheritance. He got assets. He developed assets that his children can inherit. 59 years old, he just passed. With assets that will continue to measurably increase the overall quality of life for his children and grandchildren and his widowed wife. You see, he wasn't disillusioned. And neither am I. And neither should you. Because ignorance is not an excuse, family. You got the power. We got the power. The power is ours. Stay grateful, family. This was episode 57. How many weeks did I do? 5 episodes a week. The first week I started with 2 episodes. So what's that? Week 11. This was 11th week of Take Charge of Your Life, family. Y'all check out my website, kingleonx.com. Buy my book and my CD. You can also go to hightvibeTrees.com and support me that way. Until we speak again, family, remember the action steps that I deliver for y'all on going the extra mile. The number one thing that you could do to go the extra mile is render a useful service to someone that's not expecting you to render it to them. And don't expect or ask for compensation. The second thing is to do that service with a positive mental attitude and a pleasing personality. The third thing is to do that 7 days in a row and don't tell anyone that you're doing it. And watch what happens. All right? Y'all stay grateful.